So today was the start of the Olympic women's basketball tournament, and we're going to be talking the first game about the Nigeria and Australia game, one of the upsets of the tournament. And lads, if you guys are thinking throughout this whole tournament, we're going to be talking about plenty of players that are going to be perfect for the fever, you are 100% correct. But anyway, before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Trying 25.4k subscribers by the end of the day. We are 50 off right now. But this game right here was a huge win for Nigeria, and I mean that. Like, this is the upset term. By the way, Germany beating Belgium is almost as much of an upset. But early on, it was Nigeria who had a big lead early. Like, I thought at halftime that this game was going to be a tough one, and then we saw Australia really pull it back in the third. And to be fair, with a couple of minutes to go, it was still a ball game. It was just Nigeria pulled it out. They had the bigger players, or like the players that stepped up big time. And by the way, Promise Mukamara, hooper, absolute hooper. I know, again, 2 of 12 from the field, and you're like, oh, she didn't shoot well. No, I'm telling you, 4 steals, 9 assists. Like, the only people that could say that she had a bad game are the people that say if Caitlin Clark doesn't score every single possession that she sucks. Or she could have a 25 assist or 19 assist game, 24 points. Doesn't matter because she didn't shoot. Actually, did shoot a good percentage. But what was the triple double when she goes like 6 of 14 or something? Is a bad percentage, so it's bad. They're the only people that could say that Promise had a bad game. She was brilliant. As well as that, again, they just matched up well to Australia. One thing I will say from Australia is, I'm sorry, what type of voodoo magic does Kristy Wallace have on coaches? Like, what type of voodoo magic? She is terrible. Like, she must be the nicest person in the world, and she could well be. She could well be like a, be a perfect locker room player. But you know it's bad when Australians are being angry at this. You know it's bad when the Australians are angry about Kristy Wallace. And the worst part is that, again, if you look at the Australia team, Talbot was not good either. I think Talbot had 3 points, 1 of 10 from the field. But it was just, again, Kristy Wallace 2 points, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, missed a technical free throw, somehow drew an unsportsmanlike foul that was barely even a common foul, and doesn't play any defense. Jade Melbourne was decent. Alana Smith was very, very good. Ezzy Magbagor, the thing with Magbagor is like, it's crazy how young she is. Like, she's a year younger than, what's her name, who was drafted last year. She's a year younger than, I forgot her name, Lou Lopez Seneschal. She's only a couple of months older than Kate Martin. And she's been in the WNBA. This is like, her 6th season in the WNBA? But she's only a couple of months older than Kate Martin. Like, people forget that she's one of the best. She's the best young big in the WNBA right now. And that includes maybe Shakira Austin healthy. But, like, that includes Angel Reese. Again, we don't know. Angel Reese could make a huge improvement over next year. But, like, as of right now, and to be fair, Angel Reese is 3 years younger. But as of right now, the best young big in the W is Ezzy Magbagor. She's exceptional. But, look, she's a defensive specialist. And, in fairness, only 5 boards today. 2 blocks, which isn't a lot for her. So, it was not her best game. And Sammy Wickham, obviously, a very good bench player. Like, Lauren Jackson, she's one of the best ever. She is one of the GOATs. I'm sorry. In the year 2024, Lauren Jackson should not be playing this many minutes for a team. She should not be, like, a big contributor. That's why people were talking about who I thought could compete. I never mentioned Australia. With Beck Allen, they'd be better. And they were down from start to finish here. Like, Lauren Jackson played 12 minutes. He was one of the better players. Like, 2 for 2 from 3. She was one of the better players. Like, Lauren Jackson has effectively been retired from basketball since, was it 2012? Am I right in saying that? Like, the last good year of basketball Lauren Jackson had was maybe 2010. She basically spent from 2011 to 2016 trying to get healthy again, and then retired in 2016, and then came back, and is 43 years old. She's one of the GOATs. She's absolutely one of the GOATs. But, like, if we're going to be talking about why Taurasi's on the team, why Chelsea Gray is on the team, giving Lauren Jackson 12 minutes, as much, like, she wasn't even bad. That's the thing. She was not bad. She did fumble a huge play. I think they were down 3 and the ball got dumped into her late enough in the game and she did fumble a catch. But like, you just got to also give credit to the Nigeria team. They were hooping. They were absolutely hooping. And again, like you're looking at the leagues these players are playing. They're playing in big leagues. Kalu's playing in a big league. Like, these players are good. And imagine if, like, if I'm sorry, I would have done it. If I was Enrique Gumbawale and you're dropping off Team USA, I would have played for Nigeria. Like, I know Chinea Nwumeke tried to play for Nigeria and FIBA wouldn't let them, which I don't like. Like, to be fair, actually, no. I was about to say I don't like it, but it's like, especially for Chinea Nwumeke, who never played senior. If someone plays underage for a country, I don't mind if they swap. But if they played senior for a country or like don't have a link, they obviously had a link to Nigeria, have Nigerian passports. But I would definitely love to see. Has Enrique played for Team USA? Like, could she play for Nigeria? Based on FIBA rules, a really weird one. She has played for... No. She's never played for Team USA at all. So I think that would have been a cool one. Like, if you have Enrique on this team, if you have Enrique on this team, they become like not medal favorites, but medal hopefuls. Even if you could convince FIBA, well, they couldn't convince FIBA to let NECA play, but if you put NECA and Enrique on this team, they are probably medal favorites. Not probably silver medal favorites, but probably one of the 2 medal favorites. But Australia, ooh, like, maybe they're not as good as people thought they were going to be. Like, Sammy Wickham's, again, she's a very good bench player in the W. But I just don't get it. I've watched every Indiana Fever game. I don't understand how she got into the WNBA in the first place. Like, I thought maybe that it was just, you know what, maybe she's a better bench player. All of her minutes are gone, but like with Lexi Hull, the way she's playing, obviously she doesn't have much minutes left. But how many years she played in the W? She had played 1 year in the W before she was signed. In fairness, she played on a damn good Baylor team. She played on a really freaking good Baylor team in college. Who they didn't win in 2018, I don't think. They might have won the next year, but she played on a good Baylor team and averaged 12 points a game in college. She had averaged 6 points a game for her career and somehow was a starter. And she's just really bad at basketball. Like, compared to WNBA, like if you put her in the Irish Superleague, she'd probably average 14 points a game. But like, I've seen players that I would consider... Oh, what's her name? Like, I watched a couple of years ago. There's been players that have played over in Ireland. Like, what's it? Fatima Amen-Ra as a guard. She's currently playing, I'm not sure where, but like, runs leagues with W players. Was an absolute baller. I don't know how much worse. Like, she's on the Jamaican national team. I don't know how much worse she is than Kristy Wallace, and she was playing in the Irish second tier. Like, I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. And also, I don't understand what Sandy Brondolo, other than winning a ring with a super team 10 years ago and coaching the Liberty and a team that coaches themselves, I don't know what the hell she's doing coaching-wise.